3, 2, 1.
Come with me, keep me company. For a little bit. Oh, that riverbed was a bastard. Do you reckon we go this way? Fuck knows. Somehow I've got to get up to there. Sort of get those maybe in order a bit. I grew up just outside of Mount Gambier. I've always run. I don't remember a time when I haven't run, and I was always on trails, and I don't actually remember a time when I wasn't on trails, whether that was my parents taking us through the Grampians or the Flinders Ranges. But competitively in terms of racing, that was probably in 2012.
Go.
So the most important thing of any race, of any successful race, is this stuff. This is the difference between something successful and something maybe not so successful. I've taken it with me on races overseas and made my own sandwiches at aid stations that had silly stuff like peanut butter and jam.
Oh, yeah. Peanut butter and jam, yeah, Vegemite's away.
Trying to get as much crust off as I can. Got my little bags. I will reuse them. Pop them in. And this one. Hoping that the butter doesn't get a bit yucky by day 2 or 3, which does happen. It goes a little bit off, but I still get it down. And then we come over to some drop bags with our bundle of goodness, and we methodically put them in bags and then get a really good surprise when we... One more bag. When we get for a Vegemite sandwich. Oh no, I've forgotten which one only got one.
First one.
First one.
This one.
No, they got 2. Oh, that one.
That one. There you go.
But that's what makes this any successful trail runner. And I guess having always run and been on the trails, it just made sense to run on trails. It was kind of a place that was home to me. To run ultra marathons and ultra distances are why I get really intrigued to run the really long distances. I think that the reason that I do that is because when I'm trying to sometimes make sense of, not making sense of life, but making sense of experiences that I've had in life and the meaning of a lot of that when I am out on the trails, on the really long distances, it comes together. Everything makes sense. All these different experiences that I have had, I draw on all of those and they all come together collectively and sort of push me through. So it's a place where everything makes sense, that sometimes I don't get that same clarity in just everyday life. And I think that women bring a really beautiful serenity to the trails. They start events knowing they've mapped out mentally is what they do in everyday life, of what the whole trail is going to be to them, and I really like how women do that. Being in multi-stages and watching women out on a multi-stage carrying packs that are just as heavy as their male counterparts, and seeing mothers out there doing it, that's something that brings, that I think that I would love to see so much more of, because I think women are incredible and in those events, in those multi-stage events. And for a woman to go out in the middle of nowhere and spend a week out there is in somewhat easier for her perhaps than what it is when she's at home because she will be out there and go, all I have to do is move and eat and sleep, and that's really simple for a woman. And I was at the very, very last checkpoint at the Marathon des Sables, and Patrick Brow, the race director and the grandfather of multi-stages, his interpreter was there, and she was asking to look after, if I needed any help. And all you do at aid stations is put water in your bottles, and just water, that's all you've got. No salt tablets, because you handed those at the beginning. And if I needed help, and I was a bit kind of like, well, I don't need help, but also if you offered me help, would I get some points deducted for that? And I went, no, I'm fine. And then she asked me what time I get in on the long stage, and I said I got in before midnight. And a UK guy, I don't know how I knew he was from the UK, a UK guy turned around when I said that, and I figured, well, he must have got in, I guess, later than that. And then she asked me how my feet were, or if I had any blisters. I hope I didn't swear, I probably did. But I said that I had it, I've got a shitload of blisters. I've got stacks of blisters, but they don't bother me. And then the same guy turned around and said, that's because Aussie chicks are tough. And I've carried that with me ever since that. And I look around at Aussie women and just go and see how tough they are. And I would love to see lots more Aussie chicks out there, out to the point that we don't use this term chicked anymore, and we can make that redundant, and that would be awesome. And to see Aussie chicks out there doing a bunch more multi-stages and spending that time for themselves. That's what I would love to see lots more of. It inspires me. People that are balanced, people that do good things, who are kind, who have perspective, understand that what a lot of people in the world are going through, and understand that lots of us live in pretty privileged circumstances, and being quite respectful of that. People who understand that are probably the people that inspire me. People that inspire me to be a better version of myself. People that inspire me, people that don't necessarily talk a lot about themselves inspire me. People that understand and comprehend that there's some pretty amazing, magnificently brilliant people in the planet doing really amazing things inspire me. A race that really sits well with my heart is the Patagonia run, and that was 130 kilometres and the longest I'd run at that point. But I think what I loved about that race is I went there completely on my own. I wasn't meeting anyone there, I didn't know anyone there. There was some big language barriers, especially at the race briefing. But to be at an event like that, that was run incredibly well. And so beautiful. That was probably my favourite event. And I would wander down to the gym that's across the road from the store from time to time, and I would often think that how great it would be to have a trail store right near the trails, because I love the idea of turning a part of Adelaide into a bit of a trail town. And then so I wandered down and I saw a note on the door to say that the guys that had these premises had moved across the road, and that was on a Wednesday, and by the Friday I'd signed the agreement to lease. It was handy being a commercial lawyer. And then within a few months we bought the other side and knocked the wall down. So that happened really quickly. It just went home, and I said to my partner Keith, I'm going to open up a trail store. So then we had a trail store. I travelled to so many different parts of the world where there's always a really awesome trail store, and it wasn't just so much that there was gear for people to get, which they didn't have access to before other than online, and it wasn't so much that, but to make this people's normal, for Adelaide folk to be a trail town and to have it all as not so much a sales experience or a retail experience, but to know that the trails are not adjacent to their life, the trails are part of their life, and it's a trail store that's got gear that hopefully can draw those two things together to make them one.